Hi fellow crafters, Janine here, and this week is going to be the third and last week of my series on how to work with the Sashay yarn from Red Heart. This week I'm going to be showing you how to make this ruffle scarf. Now this is a crochet project, but don't be intimidated if you're not a crocheter, because this is a very simple technique. I'm not a crocheter and I did this, and this one takes a little bit longer. This is probably the longest of the three scarves to make, just because it does take time to gather up all these little ruffles. This one is probably going to take you anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much time you can dedicate to it uninterrupted. But this is an infinity scarf, and this is the shorter version of what I'm fixing to show you. This is taking in 15 gathers. The version that I'm going to show you is taking in 10 gathers to make the ruffles. So this makes a little bit shorter scarf, and it can be worn as just an infinity scarf or doubled up and worn as a cowl. The longer version that I'm going to show you in the video how to make can be wrapped a couple of times or worn again as an infinity scarf or a cowl, but it would be a very long infinity or cowl scarf. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started and see how to make this beautiful ruffled scarf. For this project today, I'm going to be working with the Sashay sequins yarn, and the color of this one is Concord, which is just this beautiful variegated purple. And we're going to be working on what I call the railroad tracks edge. When you open the netting up, you can see one edge of the yarn is the decorative edge, and this is the side that has the sequins. And then this side is the side that you work on for this particular type of project. And I'm using a size I crochet hook. And believe me, if you can't crochet, it is okay. This is so simple, you don't really have to know how to crochet. But this is where we're going to be working in, is this edge here. And what we're going to do is start out by leaving ourselves about 4 or 5 inches on the end, and then we're just going to put our hook through 1, and then we're going to skip 2 and put our hook through 3. So you're basically going to skip 1 and hook 1, skip 1 and hook 1, and you do that until you have 10 loops or 9 loops, until you have 9 loops on your hook, on your crochet hook, and then we're going to pull 1 through. And that's a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to pull 10 through. Now the best method I have found for doing this is to take these and bunch them up on the end, then hook this one and turn it under and pull them through, and it pulls through, in my opinion, just a little bit easier. And you've just created your first ruffle. And now you've already got 1 loop on your hook. So just go to the first full one that you can outside of your ruffle. So now we've got 2, skip 1, hook 1, I'm sorry, I'm having a little difficulty separating it. Okay, skip 1, hook 1, skip 1 and hook 1, let's see where we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should have separated these before I started.
8. It does go a little faster if you take a little time to separate them. Okay, that would be 9, and we're going to pull 10 through. And again, just kind of bunch this group up on this side of the hook. Hook that last one, turn it under, and pull it through. And you've just made your second ruffle. And I'm going to show you that one more time. And then I'm going to do this for the entire ball of yarn. And once I've shown you this one more time, then I'm going to come back and show you when we get to the end and how to finish your project. Now this is going to make a longer ruffled scarf. If you wanted to make it shorter and fuller, then you would take 14 loops. Again, hook 1, skip 1, hook 1, skip 1, until you had 14 loops on your crochet hook. And then you would pull the 15th one through, and that would make your scarf shorter and a little bit fuller. This one's going to be longer, the type that you can wrap around a couple of times. So, again, we hook 1, skip 1, hook 1, skip 1, and you can see I'm pulling the hook through to the front and pushing it through to the back. Let's see, how many does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And the last one. Bunch these up and pull it through. And that's it. And you're just going to keep doing this all the way through to the very end of the fabric, leaving yourself again a 4 to 5 inch tail on the end. Okay, I have ruffled the entire length of the skein of yarn, and I'm down to the last few loops on my crochet hook, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that last loop through just like I did for the entire project. And now I'm going to carefully hold this loop that I just pulled through and open it up a little bit. You're just going to push the last few inches of the tail through and then just tighten it up. And what I like to do is just go ahead and make another knot just to secure it right there, and then I go to the other end where we started and do the same thing. Now you have a couple of different options about how to finish it. You can leave it as is, just trim you could just leave it like this and just trim this, because when your scarf is hanging, it'll cover, this little ruffle on the end will cover your trimmed edge. You could leave that as like a little bit of a tassel on the end, or you could take your two ends and tie them together and make an infinity scarf out of it. Or you could wrap it around your neck a couple of times and make it more of a cowl. It really just depends on your preference and how you want to wear it. But that is how you make a ruffled sachet scarf. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.